Writers, once you have finished publishing your story and you made a cover for your story, the next thing we are going to make is author notes. As we write author notes, the author of your story is going to be yourself. So I want you to think right now, what information will we need for author's notes? Turn and talk with your partner and share your ideas. Some examples to use when writing your author note would be to say your name, your age, where you grew up, what you like to do, how many stories you have written, and what inspired you to write this specific story. Keep these examples in your mind as we look at some authors and what they have written for their notes. This is Mary Pope Osborne. It says Mary Pope Osborne was born on May 20th, 1949 in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Osborne traveled a lot as a child because her father was in the Army. She lived in Oklahoma, Florida, Virginia, Austria, and North Carolina. She credits her love of adventure to her nomadic childhood. Osborne was a published author for over 10 years before she started writing her Magic Tree House series books in 1992. She studied drama at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and after graduating, she lived for a while on the island of Crete. Osborne has written over 100 books, including 45 Magic Tree House fiction books. She is married to the actor and musician Will Osborne. They currently live in Connecticut. Since they do not have children as yet, they enjoy their time with their Norfolk Terrier called Bailey. Take a second to think about how this story is written. It's not written in first or second person, but it's written in third person. So even though Mary's the one who wrote her author note, she did not say I or me. She said Mary Pope, or she would say she travels or she lived. We never say I lived or I traveled. So when you're writing your author notes, we're going to write in third person. Let's take a look at author notes that I'm going to write for myself. So at the top, I'm going to write author's notes, and I'm also going to insert a picture so people know who the author actually is. I can insert it if I'm using a Chromebook, or I could just draw a picture of myself here. The picture is optional. Here's my author's notes. Hannah Whalen grew up in Antioch, Illinois. She graduated from Trinity International University in Deerfield, Illinois. She now works at Greenland Elementary School. Some of her hobbies are going for walks or runs around her neighborhood. She loves being outside. She also likes cheerleading and teaches camps across the states in the summer. Hannah Whalen wrote the story because she was inspired by her best friend who was trying out for the basketball team at Oconomowoc High School. Looking back at my notes, I needed to write my name, where I grew up, stuff about me, writing some hobbies that I like, and also why I was inspired to write my story. Notice that my notes are written in third person. Now it's your turn. For your author notes, make sure you include your name, your age, where you grew up, what you like to do, how many stories have you written, what inspired you to write this story, and if you think of more ideas to add to your author notes, you may include it. Remember to write in third person. Before you can start author notes, you need to finish your publishing your story and your cover page. Once you are finished with those, you may begin your author notes.